Before we begin, comment below and tell which country you are watching this video from. It is always exciting to see people from different places around the world joining in to learn something new. Today, this video is about Sudan, a country that has faced both great history and deep struggle. In 2025, Sudan stands at one of the hardest points in its history. What was once a land of proud rivers and ancient kingdoms has turned into a nation fighting to survive. The war that began in 2023 still burns through cities like Khartoum, Omdurman, and Darfur. Millions of people have been forced to flee their homes. Families walk for days searching for food, clean water, or even a safe place to sleep. Hospitals are silent, schools are empty, and streets that once carried the sound of children's laughter now echo with fear and loss. This is the painful truth of Sudan in 2025. It is not just a political crisis, it is a human tragedy. The world sees the headlines, but behind every number there is a mother trying to feed her child, a father who lost everything, and young people whose dreams have been stolen by war. Yet even in this darkness there is something powerful that refuses to die. Hope. Sudanese people are strong. They still share what little food they have. They still sing songs of peace and unity. They still believe that one day the sound of guns will stop, and the Nile will once again reflect a nation rebuilding itself. The truth is, 2025 is not the end for Sudan. It is the hardest chapter in a long story, but it is also a test of how far human strength and faith can go when the world seems to fall apart. Sudan is located in northeastern Africa. It is bordered by Egypt to the north, Eritrea and Ethiopia to the east, South Sudan to the south, the Central African Republic to the southwest, Chad to the west, and Libya to the northwest. Its capital city is Khartoum, where the Blue Nile and White Nile rivers meet. The country has a population of around 46 million people. The main language spoken is Arabic, and English is also used in schools and business. The currency is the Sudanese pound. Right now, Sudan is going through one of the most difficult times in its modern history. Since April 2023, a violent conflict has been taking place between the Sudanese armed forces and a powerful paramilitary group called the Rapid Support Forces. This war has destroyed cities, displaced millions of people, and caused a severe humanitarian crisis. Many families have lost their homes and food supplies, and basic services like hospitals and schools have been badly affected. The people of Sudan are struggling every day to survive as peace talks continue with uncertain results. Sudan has a rich culture with strong traditions that have developed over thousands of years. The people are known for their warmth and hospitality. Sudanese food is flavorful, with dishes like ful madams made from fava beans, kizra, which is a kind of flatbread, and mula, a stew made with vegetables and meat. Tea and coffee are important parts of social life, often shared among friends and family. Traditional clothing is colorful, and music plays a big role in community celebrations. Despite the hardships, Sudanese culture remains proud and full of life. The population of Sudan has been growing steadily. The growth rate is around 2.4% each year. The death rate has increased slightly because of war and poor health conditions, and the average life expectancy is about 66 years. Education in Sudan faces challenges, especially because of the ongoing conflict. Many schools have been destroyed or closed. Still, the country has a long history of education. The literacy rate is about 61%, with more men educated than women. Sudan has several universities known for their role in the region, including the University of Khartoum, Sudan University of Science and Technology, and Al Nilain University. The healthcare system in Sudan is under heavy strain. Many hospitals lack proper equipment and medicine. Rural areas have limited access to doctors or clinics. Diseases like malaria and cholera remain problems, and the war has made things worse. International aid organizations are helping, but the need is still very large. Politically, Sudan has experienced instability for many years. It was ruled for decades by Omar al-Bashir until 2019, when he was removed after mass protests. After that, a power-sharing government was formed between civilians and the military, but tensions led to more conflict. Sudan is officially a republic, but right now the country is divided between rival forces. and there is no clear central government in control. Sudan's defense and military system is one of the strongest in the region in terms of manpower. The Sudanese armed forces and the rapid support forces both have thousands of fighters. The army has been involved in both domestic and international missions in the past. However, the current civil war has weakened the country's defense unity and damaged relations with neighboring nations. The Sudanese economy has suffered from years of sanctions, corruption, and war. The GDP is around $34 billion, but poverty is widespread. The main industries are agriculture, mining, and oil, though oil exports decreased sharply after South Sudan became independent in 2011. Sudan exports gold, livestock, and sesame, while importing machinery, fuel, and food. The unemployment rate is high, especially among young people. Inflation has also caused prices to rise sharply in recent years. When it comes to sports, football is the most popular game in Sudan. The national football team, known as the Falcons of Jago, has a proud history and was one of the founding members of the Confederation of African Football. Sudan hosted and won the African Cup of Nations in 1970. Other sports like basketball and athletics are also gaining attention, but football remains a national passion. Looking to the future, Sudan faces a long and difficult road. Peace will depend on the ability of its leaders and people to come together and rebuild the nation. If stability returns, Sudan has great potential because of its young population, rich land, and strategic location. The world is watching, and many hope that the people of Sudan will one day see peace, justice, and growth again. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video where we explore another country.